Welcome back to Birds of a Feather. This is your daily Baltimore sports podcast, and today we're going to be recapping the Orioles game that just ended about an hour ago in their loss to the Nationals. They lose 10-4, and that does mean that they got swept once again. They've lost 6 straight games. They've gotten swept in back-to-back series. Obviously, last series against the Tigers and this series against the Nationals. We're just going to be recapping the game that happened today. What happened in the game, just kind of talking about the series that they just played, and also kind of just discussing what the future of this team holds. So, again, the Orioles do lose once again today. They lost 10-4. Jackson Holliday hit a homer. Cedric Mullins hit a homer. Gunnar hit a homer. The offense was a little bit dead at the beginning. They kind of got going a little bit too late. But, again, I'm not going to put this game on the offense, very similar to yesterday. Our starting pitcher did absolutely nothing and pretty much lost us the game in the first 2 innings. And unfortunately, our starting pitcher today was Zach Eflin, who obviously is the guy on the Orioles that I trusted the most of any single pitcher that we have on the roster. You would trust Zach Eflin the most. He is your ace. He is your, he was your opening day starter. Him and Tomoyuki Sugano are like the 2 guys you really can trust on the starting pitching rotation, and he went out there and absolutely had a horrendous game. He gave up 8 runs, 9 hits. I think he got through like 4 or 5 innings, and going into the 3rd inning, after the first 2 innings, the game was 7-0. So I don't even blame the offense for even trying to come back into the game. It was 8-0, I think, in the fourth inning. So just a disastrous pitching performance, and the game was pretty much over in the 2nd inning, and the offense obviously can't really come back because it's an 8-0 game, and the motivation's just not there, and, the crowd was booing, everyone in Camden Yards was booing. This weekend's attendance was actually pretty high, despite what's been going on with the team recently. The attendance was pretty high, so, there was lots of boos out in Camden today, so, there's a lot to talk about, obviously, with this team. There's multiple different things you can look at. You can look at like the roster, you can look at the talent, you can look at the slumps, you can look at, obviously, Mike Elias is the big factor, you can look at his decision making, and you can just look at how they're losing games, which is just, it's been a very common theme, and at this point it's surprising when a starting pitcher gets through like 5 innings and gives up less than 3 runs. Like, that's surprising at this point. So, let's just go over the game right quick. So going over this Orioles-Nationals game, again, the Orioles did lose 10-4. They fall to 15-30 on the season. And after we got swept by the Twins, I said going into this National Series, if we go and get swept by this, in this National Series, obviously I wanted Brandon Hyde gone by the end of this weekend, and he got fired yesterday, so that was obviously a big thing. Obviously, that was the right move that needed to be made. But, 0-2 in the Tony Mansolino era. And I kind of feel bad for him because in both of the games that Tony Mansolino has been the manager for, the game has been over within the first 2 innings. So, it's just unfortunate the way that things are occurring right now in Baltimore. It's unfortunate the decisions that people make, and it's also so frustrating again. And the thing that makes this whole thing so frustrating is the expectations that this Orioles team has. There is on no universe that this Orioles team should be this unbelievably bad. Like, it's sad. It's sad, it's pathetic, it's upsetting, it's every single word you could possibly think of to describe this Orioles team is true. Every single bad, word and term in your mind that you can use to describe this Orioles team is correct. This team doesn't deserve any sort of praise. They don't deserve any sort of, they're injured. Like just wait until the injuries come back. Like, no. This team deserves no sort of anything. It's extremely disappointing. It's extremely upsetting. Again, I'm just keeping it how it is. This team has too much talent on offense to completely lay over and die, and the pitching staff, it is an absolute disaster. Like, it's gone far beyond even pitching talent, because there's multiple starting pitchers in the league who are not good, who can put up consistently just average games at best, more often than this, entire staff can. So, this team is the definition of a disaster. I would say us and the Pirates are disaster. pretty big disasters this season. But again, going back to the Orioles and their offense for today, the offense didn't necessarily play horrible. They put up 4 runs. They hit 3 home runs. They just couldn't really get too many guys on base to have those home runs really mean something. But at the same time, this game is over after the second inning because of what Zach Eflin did. So Jackson Holliday with another leadoff. He goes 2 for 4 with a home run. That is back-to-back games with a home run for Jackson, and he has completely started the heat up for the Orioles. Jackson Holliday, Gunnar Henderson, and Tomoyuki Sugano at this point are really the only 3 positive things to even talk about regarding the Orioles right now. Jackson Holliday has there's other positives maybe to talk about on offense, but Jackson Holliday has completely heated up ever since we put him in this leadoff position. He has been fantastic for the Orioles. He hits another home run today. He has a 275 average, a 449 slug, and he is really doing his thing. He is the second highest OBP on the team right now. So Jackson Holliday is really stepping up and really improving. And again, you have to remember, this guy is 21 years old. He is the second youngest active player in the MLB right now. And this is really just the beginning for Jackson. And for him to be doing this at this age with that little of experience is ridiculous. It's insane. And this guy is going to be a superstar and an absolute staple for this team. Now going over to Ryan Mountcastle, who went 1 for 5. Not a fantastic day for him, but he did his thing. Gunnar Henderson goes 1 for 3 with a run, and RBI, and obviously his solo home run that he hit. Adley Rutschman 0 for 4. Ryan O'Hearn 2 for 4. Ramon Laureano 1 for 4. Cedric Mullins 2 for 4 with the homer. Heston Kjerstad 0 for 4, and Emmanuel Rivera 0 for 4. So the offense didn't do necessarily amazing. There was 3 guys who had multi-hit days. Obviously 3 home runs as well. So the offense went out and did its thing. Again, I don't really blame them for not, going out and, trying really, because again, there really wasn't a point because this game was over after the first 2 innings. But speaking of the pitching, let's go down to the pitching real quick. So Zach Eflin got the start today. Obviously, someone that you trust a lot. He goes 5.1 innings, gives up 10 hits, 8 runs, has 4 strikeouts, and gives up 4 home runs. So Zach Eflin gave up 4 home runs, 93 pitch count. His ERA ballooned up to a 5.08 when it was like a 3.1 going into the game. So Zach Eflin, obviously this makes his season look a lot worse. Before this game, he had 14 straight games with a quality start. So obviously he was fantastic in that stretch, but obviously it just ended today. And obviously I still do believe in Zach Eflin. Whenever Zach Eflin pitches, I'm still going to believe in him. Every single starting pitcher always has a bad day, and this just happened to be one of them. But the Orioles can't really afford to have any more bad days, because if they even want a chance to salvage the season in some sort of way, they literally cannot have another bad game for a long time. So Keegan Aiken comes into the game. He goes 1.2 innings, doesn't give up a hit or a run. Brian Baker gives up a run, and then Cade Stroud, who made his MLB debut today, goes into the game and gives up a run as well. So not the best day by the pitching, obviously. Another game where they give up 10 runs. That's back-to-back games giving up 10 runs. And, they get swept by the Nationals, and Washington actually won the regular season series 5-1. So, we didn't put up much of a fight against the Nationals at all this year. And going over and looking at the Orioles game this upcoming week, this Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for this week series, we've got Milwaukee. We've got Milwaukee tomorrow in Milwaukee. This is going to be on the road. I think we go on a little bit of a road trip, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, a little 7-game road trip where we play Milwaukee for 3, and then Boston Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's going to be interesting. Obviously, Boston's a great team. Milwaukee has struggled a little bit, but they still have got a lot of talent over there. It's going to be Orioles Brewers tomorrow. It's going to be Dean Kramer on the mound versus Quinn Preisler. And both pitchers have struggled heavily. Dean Kramer 5.36 ERA, Quinn with a 4.59 ERA. So I wouldn't really say who has the pitching advantage in this game. They're both pretty bad. But Dean Kramer obviously has not had a lot of good starts this year. He's had a couple really good ones and a lot of horrible ones. So hopefully Dean Kramer can go out there and just get a win. They just have to win games. I mean, I don't even know why I even keep saying that I hope the starting pitcher can just have a good game, because every time I say that, nothing good happens. So they just have to find ways to pull out games. If they have to win games in a shootout, in a high-scoring game, then the offense is going to have to step up and win that game. And then if they have to win a game in a pitching duel, then they're going to have to do that as well. So they just have to find ways to win games. I don't care how they do it. They just have to put wins on the board and somehow, some way, eventually go on a decent run and find yourself to get out of this 15-game hole. It's very unfortunate. I still think that the season can maybe be salvageable, but it's run out of time. The timer is ticking very fast with this team, and it's May 18th, and the white flag has pretty much already been raised with this Orioles team. So, yeah, May 18th, middle of May, and we are 15-30, and that, I mean, it's laughable. It's ridiculous. It's pathetic. It's inexcusable, and it's an absolute failure by your general manager to make this team what it's supposed to be, and an absolute failure by the players for not also showing up in the moments that they need to. So it's extremely unfortunate. It's extremely disappointing, and it's also just extremely frustrating because of the expectations that this team has. This team in no way, shape, or form is supposed to be this bad at all. I don't care about the injuries. This team should not be this bad. This team is known for having its depth. And, if guys go down, that guys can step up and do their thing. And guys have gone down, and, I don't know if it's I don't even think it's the injuries that's the problem. It's the mentality. They're just losing games. They're just losing games in a horrible fashion every single. It feels like every game they lose games in a horrible fashion. So again, hopefully they can go on a little bit of a run. At this point, I don't even want to win series anymore. I want to sweep series. I want to go out there and sweep teams. They need to go on a big run if they want to get back into the season, because we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with this Orioles team. But thank you guys so much again for listening and tuning into this episode of Birds of a Feather. I know the past couple of weeks have been a little bit negative with this Orioles team, but they haven't really given me a reason to be positive at all. So I'm just going to keep saying how it is. Obviously, we are just recapping and reviewing and giving opinions and thoughts on this Orioles team and Baltimore sports in general. Again, if you like this content, make sure to subscribe on YouTube, follow up on Spotify, make sure to follow the Instagram, follow the Twitter. And I appreciate you guys so much for all the support, all the comments that y'all have left. I appreciate it all so much. Y'all have a great rest of y'all's day. I'll have an episode up sometime tomorrow night after the Orioles game, recapping the game 1 against Milwaukee. And I'll see you on the next one. Y'all have a great rest of y'all's night. Peace out.